Welcome to Decodiva, where timeless interiors, vintage character, and thoughtful decorating come together to create spaces that feel beautifully collected. Today, we are exploring traditional vintage china cabinet styling and discovering how a carefully curated display can feel rich, elegant, and full of personality without ever becoming excessive. A china cabinet can be much more than storage for treasured dishes. With the right arrangement, it becomes a graceful focal point where porcelain, glassware, ceramics, and decorative accents tell a cohesive visual story. The secret is not filling every shelf, but choosing pieces that complement one another while allowing the cabinet itself to remain part of the composition. If you love vintage home decor and elegant decorating ideas, make sure to subscribe to Decodiva, give this video a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what treasures you would love to display in your own china cabinet, then let's explore how to create a look that feels naturally luxurious. The most successful china cabinet displays begin with restraint. Rather than immediately placing every beautiful dish on the shelves, start by considering the cabinet as a whole. Its wood finish, proportions, architectural details, and existing character should guide the collection you build inside it. Traditional vintage pieces often look especially refined when their colors share a gentle connection. Creamy porcelain, muted blue patterns, warm ivory ceramics, aged glass, and subtle metallic details can create harmony without requiring every object to match perfectly. A consistent palette makes individual treasures feel like part of one collected arrangement. Consider leaving intentional areas of breathing room between groups of objects. Empty space gives decorative pieces greater importance and prevents the shelves from feeling crowded. This simple principle can make a modest collection appear considerably more sophisticated because each selected piece has room to be appreciated. Layering is one of the easiest ways to give a china cabinet depth and visual interest. Larger plates can provide a backdrop for smaller dishes, while bowls, platters, and serving pieces introduce different silhouettes across the shelves. The goal is to create gentle variation rather than a perfectly repetitive arrangement. When displaying plates, consider using stands or carefully positioned supports to bring decorative patterns forward. Stacking several plates together can also create a sense of abundance while keeping the arrangement controlled. A few vertically displayed pieces can break up horizontal stacks and make the entire cabinet feel more dynamic. scale matters just as much as quantity. If every object is small, the cabinet may appear visually scattered, while too many oversized pieces can make it feel heavy. Combining substantial platters with medium serving bowls and smaller accents creates a pleasing hierarchy that naturally draws the eye from one shelf to the next. A truly compelling vintage cabinet rarely consists of one type of object. Mixing porcelain with etched glassware, ceramic vessels, silver-toned serving pieces, antique books, or small decorative objects can make the collection feel more personal and layered. The key is to create relationships between materials rather than simply adding variety for its own sake. Vintage patterns can also become part of the cabinet's visual rhythm. Floral china, delicate borders, botanical motifs, and traditional transferware can provide repeating details that connect separate pieces. When similar motifs appear in different areas, the display feels intentional even when the objects come from different collections. For a richer appearance, include a few accents that are not strictly functional dinnerware. A small framed botanical print, an ornate ceramic piece, or an aged decorative box can introduce unexpected character. These accents work best when used sparingly, allowing the cabinet to remain centered around its traditional collection. A beautifully styled china cabinet should feel balanced without looking overly symmetrical. One shelf might feature a large platter balanced by a cluster of smaller vessels, while another could reverse that arrangement. This variation keeps the eye moving and gives the display the relaxed character of a collection gathered over time. Pay attention to visual weight as you move upward through the cabinet. Heavier or larger objects often work well toward the lower shelves, while lighter pieces can create a more delicate transition toward the top. This approach helps the entire cabinet feel grounded rather than top-heavy. You can also repeat certain colors or materials throughout the cabinet to create subtle connections. A blue floral motif on one shelf might echo a smaller blue accent several shelves above, while warm wood tones can visually connect the cabinet frame with natural ceramic or aged brass details. These small repetitions create cohesion without making the arrangement predictable. One of the most important secrets to an expensive-looking china cabinet is knowing what to remove. If an item does not complement the surrounding pieces, compete for attention, or contribute to the overall story, it may be better stored elsewhere. Editing is often what transforms a crowded cabinet into an elegant display. Instead of displaying every matching piece from a dinnerware set, select the most distinctive examples. A beautiful serving platter, a few patterned plates, graceful cups, and carefully chosen bowls may create more impact than an entire collection packed tightly together. Curated repetition feels intentional, while excessive repetition can become visually flat. Think of the finished cabinet as a small vintage gallery. Every object should have a reason for being there, whether it contributes color, texture, shape, history, or sentimental character. When each piece earns its place, the display naturally feels more luxurious because abundance comes from quality and composition rather than sheer quantity. Traditional vintage china cabinet styling is ultimately about creating a sense of collected beauty. By combining thoughtful spacing, varied shapes, complementary colors, layered materials, and a carefully edited selection of treasures, you can create a display that feels rich without overwhelming the room. Remember that the most memorable vintage interiors are rarely about perfection. They are about character, continuity, and the feeling that every object has a story. Let your favorite china, ceramics, glassware, and decorative pieces work together as a collection while giving each one enough space to be noticed. Thank you so much for spending time with Decodiva today. If you enjoyed these traditional vintage china cabinet styling ideas, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment sharing your favorite decorating tip. Until next time, keep creating a home filled with timeless character and beautiful details.